And we're live. Welcome back for another stream, everyone. How are we all today? How did you all get on last game week, in fact? Let me know in the chat. How many points did you guys score last game week? Was it a good start? Slow start? I ended up on 74, which is okay. Not great, not horrible. It was alright. I'm here for that. I'll take that. But yeah, we'll have to see. The ranks are really condensed right now, so we'll have to see how things look after this game week, because as we'll talk about in this stream, the ranks are really compressed right now, so it's a volatile game week. Some big scores in the chat, and some not so big scores. 75, 79, 80. 89. Fair play. I mean, that's a dream start. Yeah, it was definitely a lower scoring game week than last year on reflection. I feel like last year, weren't people getting like 100 plus? Or am I crazy? But yeah, game week 2. Bring it on. I mean, it's a bit of a dead fixture tonight, isn't it? Nottingham Forest versus Sheffield. Who's got Turner playing tonight though? That's all I'm hanging on to tonight. Turner. I don't know if I'll watch the game or not. I might put it on, but you know, if Forest concede, then I might switch it back off. Thank you for the 18 months, by the way, Austin. He says week 2. Here we go. He's going to roll this week, and he's going to captain the Egyptian king himself. Yeah, fair play. I'm jealous of anyone who's got Salah. Or anyone that's got Liverpool for that fact, like Trent. I know some of you have got Diaz and Jota. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to watch that game or not. I might have to hide behind the sofa if I do watch it. Yeah, but it's Haaland captain for me. I think those that don't have Salah are mostly going to be on Haaland. But if you've got Salah, then it's kind of, you know, if you're not going to captain him home to Bournemouth, then when are you? Sean, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships as well. Thanks so much for that, Sean. Absolute legend. Who did those go to? Mike, Immortal, Niall, and Jeffrey, and Vasilis. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, get all your questions in on the chat. Good to have you all here. Thanks for tuning into my stream. Got loads prepared for the stream to talk about. Lots of graphics prepared. So we'll do the news roundup in a minute. We'll look at the scout selection, the most transferred players, yeah, the usual predicted points, clean sheet odds, goal scorer odds, and all those good things. So thank you all for being here. It's been a banging week on the channel. I think I did 5 or 6 videos since the last deadline. So it's been lots of growth, lots of great comments. So thank you for that throughout the week as well. Appreciate it very much. I still read every comment. Obviously, I can't reply to them all. But Toom says, "What's up, folk? Are you good?" I'm great. I'm in a good mood. Looking forward to this game week. Some really good fixtures. I can't wait for Man United versus Spurs. I think Man City versus Newcastle is going to be great. Hoping Chilwell can get me something, because I had a bit of a mare benching him last game week. That leak came through last minute on Gabriel, and I decided to just leave it. But in hindsight, I should have started Chilwell over him. But when the leak came through, I thought, oh, Gabriel's injured. But obviously, it wasn't that. He was just benched. So we'll talk about Gabriel as well. Yeah, Harry's at a wedding, but I saw he tweeted earlier saying tune into the stream, so shout out to Harry for that as well. Is the stream lagging a bit, or is it just me? Let me hop over to YouTube Studio, see if I'm dropping frames. Let me know in the chat if it's lagging. Maybe it's because I've got the stream open instead of just looking at chat. Sometimes I don't know why, I'll have the stream open, so I'm like watching myself, but on a delay, which doesn't really make sense. Let me know if it improves. Hopefully it does. Maybe just refresh. Is that any better? Don't know if it's my internet or what. Let me do a quick ping test. Oh no, that's horrendous. Why is it lagging? That is the worst possible time. It's been like perfect all day. I don't know what's causing it to do that. I've got like 30 tabs open. It's better? My ping's like 300. Not sure. If it's a massive problem, I'll just restart the whole stream. I can use the same link and use this one, but yeah, if it's a problem, I'll just restart the stream, no problem. It's not lagging now. Perfect. Good. So yeah, this is how I'm lined up this week. As I said in the team selection video, I'm rolling the transfer this week. If you can, I think it's a good week to roll the transfer, because In Game Week 3, I feel like I'm going to want Jackson. Maybe I'm going to want to double up on Chelsea defence. You know, Colwell, maybe Gusto. Maybe not Gusto now because it looks like James might only be out for a few weeks. Alright, it's good now. Let me know if there's a problem again. Oh no, I've got a phone call coming through as well. I had someone come around earlier to like value my apartment because I'm looking to sell it and buy a bigger place. And we were sitting at my table and she saw the my YouTube play button on the shelf. And she was like, "Oh, you got a play button? Do you do YouTube?" I was like, "Yeah, I've got a YouTube channel now." And she was like, "Oh, what kind of YouTube channel is it?" I was like, "Oh, it's fantasy football. Have you heard of it?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, my family are all obsessed with fantasy football." And then she saw next to it, I've got a screenshot of this is so sad. I've got a screenshot of when I was rank 1 in the world, framed on the mantelpiece. So she saw that as well. Anyway, so questions about what to do with Stones. Yeah, so Stones is out for this game week. So if I had Stones, I would be looking to move him on, unless you've got a really solid bench. Pep said a few important players are not here, will not be here. John Stones is out, and he said Bernardo Silva is out, and Ruben Diaz he doesn't know. So that's a couple of players out for City there, on top of obviously De Bruyne already out. Does anyone think Newcastle could get a result at the Etihad? Especially after the start they had last game week. I feel like that's going to be a really good game as well. What do you think? What do you reckon the score's going to be? City versus Newcastle. Derek reckons they could get something. I think so as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 2-2. Maybe Newcastle can nick it 2-1, something like that. You know, they're missing De Bruyne, they're missing Stones. Diaz is a doubt. Bernardo Silva, a lot of players out. Obviously, it looks good if you've got like Foden or Alvarez, because their expected minutes will go up. But yeah, no Stones. And I know he's a popular asset, so if I had him, I would be looking to move him on. Obviously, it's an awkward price point because he's gone down. If you can get to Chilwell, then that's the obvious move, if you've got 0.5 more banked. Otherwise, it's a bit awkward. I think Colwell's probably the best of the 4.5s. Maybe Henry from Brentford as well. But yeah, obviously the other Chelsea news, any James owners in the chat, I really sympathise for any James owners. I'm sure you'll know by now, but he's out for a few weeks. It was a hamstring issue. Better than we thought it was going to be. He said we thought it might be months potentially, but he said he's going to be out for a few weeks. So that's good news in that respect. But yeah, I feel for any James owners. And again, because Chilwell's gone up, you can't go straight sideways unless you've got 0.5 mil banked. Yeah, Diaz is a doubt. It was really weird. Pep said that he's out, and then Pep said he has a chance of making the game, something like that. Let me just pull this back up again, make sure we're all good on the stream now. Hopefully the stream's good now. That'd be well annoying if the stream starts lagging right as I go live. Alright, let's carry on with the news roundup. There was a little bit of Brighton news. De Zerbi said everyone's good for Saturday's game. We don't have a problem. Lamptey's going to play for the under-21s. Webster and Lallana could come into contention. There was another quote I meant to include here. De Zerbi said something about how he's going to be changing the system, I think he said, for this game, which is a bit worrying. I don't know what that means, who's going to miss out, how he's going to change things up. Maybe he goes to 3 at the back or something. Maybe gets an extra midfielder in there. Don't know, but we'll have to see what those changes De Zerbi is talking about are. Maybe it'll just be one player. Newcastle news then. This one came out of nowhere. Lewis Hall to Newcastle. What do you guys think about this one? 35 mil, add-ons included in that. And House said that's their final signing of the window. I think this is a quality signing. I was surprised Chelsea let him go. Because he's like, I think he's 18, isn't he? And he's always looked really good when given the chances. Really massive ceiling. I was surprised Chelsea let him go. You know, he can play left back, he can play centre midfield. A versatile player. So yeah, that's a surprising one. I heard he was going to go on loan to Palace, but obviously Newcastle came in and straight up signed him. A few people asked about Salah and an injury. They'll think it was just, you know how it goes on Twitter. Someone just starts spreading rumours. Like, people were spreading yesterday that like Estepinian's done his ACL, and obviously De Zerbi today says like everyone's fine. So yeah, again, there was one about Salah, but this is a really encouraging quote if you're a Salah owner. Klopp said, "Salah had a super training week. I hope he can take that into the game." So yeah, it's encouraging from Klopp if you're a Salah owner. If you're a Gabriel owner, this is also a pretty encouraging one. So Arsenal played a behind closed doors friendly this week, and Saka scored in that one. I think Trossard did. Yeah, Trossard scored twice, and Raya started in goal. But Zinchenko featured in that game, so he's back from injury. And that's good news because it means if he starts on the left-hand side, he'll be the one that inverts. So that leaves potential for the back three to be Gabriel, Saliba and Ben White. Whether or not Zinchenko comes straight into the team for this match, it is on Monday to be fair, so there's a few days rest there and turnaround. But that's good news for Gabriel owners. So there was a screenshot, in fact I've lost it. Oh yeah, here it is. This was from FPL Plonker, and I agree, I think the lineup's going to look something like this. So I think it's going to be Zinchenko, or maybe Tomiyasu, but I'm expecting Gabriel to start alongside Saliba and White. So if I was a Gabriel owner, which I know a lot of you are, and I am as well, I wouldn't be panicking at all based on last week. I think he comes back into the team, and I think it would be either Havertz or Trossard up here. The only two question marks are Havertz and Zinchenko. Could be Tomiyasu here, and it could be Trossard up top, but I fully expect Gabriel to start, so I'm happy enough starting him. No need to panic yet. So keep your questions coming in. Lots to cover this stream. We've got about an hour. Is it an hour and a half till the deadline? I think it's 6:15. It's a weird deadline time. John says, guys, like. Yeah, if you're enjoying this stream as well, drop it a like. We've got 171 likes, but about 1,300 tune-ins. So if you enjoy the streams, hit like on it as well. And make sure you're subscribed. I do these every week, and FPL videos. RBS Productions, should we consider triple captain in Salah? I wouldn't triple captain anyone ever outside of a double game week, because in a double game week they play twice. Really, it's just like simple. Really, you get two rolls of the dice in a double game week, you know, and there's every chance that Liverpool get a double game week later in the season. So you could potentially use a triple captain on Salah when he's got two games and not one. Salah's put up some of the highest scores in FPL history in double game weeks. And single. I think he's actually got the highest score in a single game week ever. Who remembers that Watford game? It was like 4 goals, 1 assist or something. I think that was the all-time highest score in a single game week. Like 28 points or something. Is Enzo an option now? I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on him, because they've signed Caicedo, they've signed Lavia. So maybe his role will be a bit further advanced. I'm interested to see how he looks, because he's only 5 mil and he looked quality in Game Week 1. So yeah, he's an interesting one. He's a wait and see, I would say. I wouldn't be buying him right now. You can definitely afford to watch him against West Ham. And then the fixtures are just ridiculous for Chelsea. Are you guys planning to double up or triple up? Who are going to be your Chelsea assets for this run? I mean, we've got to load up on Chelsea for this. Luton at home, Forest at home, Bournemouth away, and no European football for Chelsea as well, which can often hinder teams once they are in Europe. So I think you need to at least double up. Which Chelsea assets are you guys looking at? I've got 1.5 mil in the bank, so I think early thoughts are I'll do João Pedro to Jackson. I've got exact money for that. And then the third one, I don't know. Maybe I could get Colwill. Maybe Sanchez, by the way. Sanchez, 4.5 mil. Remember how good Kepa was last season for 4.5 mil? And I was reading that Chelsea have said that Sanchez is first choice. They are looking to sign another keeper because Bettinelli's injured, but the one they sign is going to be the backup keeper to Sanchez. So Yeah, Sanchez is an interesting one as well, 4.5 mil. I think Colwell's very good as well. Yeah, I'm keeping Gabriel, Tom. We can definitely afford to wait another week and see what happens. I think he starts. I think Arteta was just experimenting a bit because they fully expected to dominate possession and control the game home against Forest. That was just expected. And Forest play with a low block, so he sacrificed a defender to basically have an extra man, more players further up to control the game and try and break them down. So I don't think that's something we'll see. Maybe not at all. It might happen at some point against some other teams that play a low block, like maybe Everton here. But I think Gabriel's fine. I expect him to start. Will Welbeck start? Yeah, I don't know about Welbeck. Maybe Ferguson gets a start. Like, he came off the bench and got something. I feel like Welbeck didn't take his chances, especially given the fixture. So maybe it would be Ferguson with João Pedro in behind. John says that Man City's Cole Palmer looks like me. Do you think so? People say I look like Bamford. I was saying that on last week's stream. Does he look like me? Surely not. Nothing like me. I look like Danny Ward. Johnny Evans. I don't know if these are compliments or insults. No, I'm not a City fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. Someone said WTF, the deadline's soon. Soonish. It's 6:15 PM UK time. Abanish says Saka over Haaland as captain. Thoughts? Yeah, they're close, but not for me. I do think that Haaland's the better option. They're playing at home at the Etihad. Saka is a good option, don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be a popular captain throughout the season. Fulham at home, Gameweek 3. Maybe, but I suppose Man City are away to Sheffield United, so that's even easier. No, I wouldn't. I think Haaland. I mean, let's look at the projected points from FPL Review, see what they're saying. They've got Salah top. Oh my days, he's so far ahead. Salah 7.6. Trent second on the projections. That's an interesting one. 5.7, just barely ahead of Haaland. I mean, no one out there is captaining Trent. And when it's this close, by the way, when it's 0.2, that's basically noise. When it's that close. Again, if you see this in my Who to Buy videos, when it's that close, the takeaway is use your own intuition. It's that close. No, Luis Diaz. Yeah, he narrowly missed out. I remember seeing him. I think he was literally the next one after Gibbs White. It's a shame, by the way, that Forest fixtures are horrendous, because Gibbs White, 6 mil. I think he would have been an interesting pick, an interesting price point, but yeah, it's just one good fixture right now, and then I think he's got some tough games in his next 5. Saka's not that far behind Haaland, to be fair. Watkins is up there, Robertson, Martinelli, Mbeumo, Van Dijk, Odegaard, Grealish, and Rashford. Ake starts. I doubt we'll get anything on City because they play tomorrow night, I think. Yeah, 8 PM tomorrow. The fixtures are really weird tomorrow. There's normally a game at 12:30, but there's no game until 3 o'clock. But none of them are televised in England. It's just annoying how the broadcasting works here. Like, I can't watch a football match on TV tomorrow until 5:30. Unless you have to find a stream or something, but it just seems crazy to me. I understand it's to like help with the teams lower in the league, right? That's why they don't broadcast it. But I don't know why there's not a game at 12:30 at least. So you can't even watch a game tomorrow in England till 5:30, which is Spurs United, and then, to be fair, City v Newcastle after. So that's pretty good back-to-back games, actually. Why is there no online option in the UK? They do it to help the football pyramid, because if there's games on at 3 p.m, then everyone's watching it on TV rather than going to support local teams. So there's like a 3 p.m. blackout. I think it's been the case for like 20 or so years now. So yeah, they don't broadcast any 3 p.m. games. Thanks for the super chat. First sub is Enzo or Henry. I would put Henry first sub between those two. 100% Henry. Captain Trent. Captain Trent. I don't think I would do it. I don't trust Liverpool defensively right now. I mean, they're probably high up in the clean sheet odds, but you know, without a proper defensive mid, I'm not sure if I trust the clean sheets as much. Obviously, you don't buy Trent just for the clean sheets, but I want to have reasonable confidence if I'm going to captain a defender. Have you guys ever captained a defender before? Like Trippier. I captained Trippier last season and it actually went well, but I'll probably do it like once a season, if that. It just feels like wrong, because it feels like you're just one goal conceded away from it, like all going down the drain. Lewis captained Trippier last season as well. Yeah, he actually did well that week. I think that was the week he outscored Isak and Wilson, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a double game week as well. That was tense because they conceded in the first game and it looked like a massive mistake. But then I think Trippier got an assist and bonus in the second game or something, and he ended up on top. But yeah, I rarely captain a defender. News on Gabriel. No news really. I mean, it was tactical. That's what Arteta said last week. But I'm expecting him to start. Again, to put up that predicted lineup, I think Arsenal are going to line up like this. I think it'll be, I think Gabriel, Saliba, White will start, and then this will be Zinchenko or Tomiyasu. Zinchenko played in a behind closed doors friendly on Wednesday, so he's back and available. And the game is on Monday as well, so there's like a nice gap between that friendly and the game on Monday. And then Havertz or Trossard, but I think the rest is pretty locked in, I would say. I'm expecting Gabriel to start, so I'm happy enough starting him. Let's stick a captain poll up, see what you guys are thinking this week. It'd be interesting to know who your captains are. So who are the options? Haaland, Salah and Saka. And Saka. Get your votes in on that poll. Let me know who your captain is this week. Bench Cash or Saliba? I think I would bench Saliba there, just about, because Cash has got much more attacking threat. So I'd start Cash. Leno or Turner? I would start Turner. I've got the clean sheet odds here. If you're one of those with Turner in your team, then I would basically make a decision based on the clean sheet odds. And these are what the clean sheet odds are for Gameweek 2. So Forest, 42% chance. These are the latest odds from Check the Chance. Good friend of the channel, checkthechance.com. Check them out. They do goal scorer clean sheet odds every week. And yeah, Forest, 42% chance for tonight's game. So if you've got Turner as your 4-mil backup keeper, then basically look at this and see what the odds are for your other keeper and then go accordingly. So for example, that Leno question, Fulham 27.5% chance. So based on the odds, you're about 15% likelier to keep a clean sheet with Turner. So I would start Turner. Same if you've got Flecken, Anana, some other combinations like that. Johnston obviously is way down because he's got Arsenal. Pickford, I've got Pickford, 17% chance, so Pickford's on my bench. Giving Turner a rare start, so Turner could be an absolute hero, an absolute legend if he keeps a clean sheet in tonight's game. How many of you got Turner? Let me know in the chat. Who's got Turner? It's nice, by the way, as well, to at least have something to cheer for tonight's game, because, as I said, it's a pretty dead fixture tonight. Nottingham Forest v Sheffield United. No offence if you support either team, but I think it's nice that that we've got something to cheer in tonight's game, because like it's rare that I'd have a Nottingham Forest asset and Sheffield United asset. By the way, I didn't include it in the news roundup, but I saw a rumour that Bulldog is out of tonight's game as well with an injury. FYI. I believe Bulldog is out for the game. Obviously, if there's any other leaks or anything else that comes through during the stream, then I'll let you guys know. But don't know if we'll see much, if we'll get much. James for who? That's a good question. So James replacements. We'll start with the obvious, which would be Chilwell, if you've got the extra money to go up to there. After that, I still think Shaw's a good pick. I think Colwell for 4.5 mil, a lot cheaper. Because obviously you might not be able to get to Chilwell. Sure, you can, but not a good fixture this week. Colwell, I think, is good. Henry, really impressed last week. Who else am I forgetting? Cash, maybe 4.5 mil. You could go Saliba. I think those are all really good options. I feel like the double up in Chelsea defence is going to be good for this fixture run. West Ham away, obviously a tough game, but after that, these three here, I would be so happy to take double Chelsea defence into these three. I don't know if I will. It depends if I spend the 2 transfers in Gameweek 3. Because I'm rolling this week, so I'll have 2 transfers Gameweek 3. So João Pedro to Jackson is my early plan as it stands. He really impressed me as well. No player had more big chances in Gameweek 1 than Jackson, so if you've got him, definitely don't sell. Don't be put off by the 1 pointer. He got a silly yellow for like dissent. He was like, he said something back to the ref, and the ref instantly was like, right, you're in the book. I want a hat trick tonight. Do you reckon? The Roxbury says we want 400 likes. Oh, we've got 365 now. That's shot up. Yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, hit like on it. Make sure you subscribe. I do these streams every week. I prepare lots of graphics and content for them. The latest news roundups, scout selection. Lots to cover off during this, and obviously I do FPL videos every week, so make sure you subscribe for that. James Bond in the chat, and he says Turner's the GOAT. I didn't know that James Bond played FPL. Haven't you got bigger things to worry about, James? Mr. Bond. Good to have you here. 007 himself in the chat. A lot of Turner owners in the chat. Yeah, I'm going to stick the game on, but if Forest concede, I'm switching it straight off. I'll have nothing else to cheer for. Kieran says, love you, Oscar. Love you too, Kieran. It's not on TV. Are you joking? This is what I mean. Like, why? What's up with all these games not even on TV? Surely it is. It's not. If I speak... Gusto or Udogie. Gotta be Gusto. Just be careful with Gusto, by the way. At first glance, he looked like he was going to be like, you know, one of the best value players in the game, because we expected James to be out for a while, but that could still be the case. But Pochettino said he's going to be out for a few weeks, but the good thing is it's not a big issue. So just be careful with Gusto. You know, maybe you'll get 3 or 4 game weeks. Maybe that's enough with Gusto. Maybe that's enough. But yeah, how long term is he as a pick? We'll have to see. Ideally, it'd be a good game week to wait and see with Gusto, and then look to bring him in for Luton onwards, and Forest, and then Bournemouth. Oh yeah, Captain Pulse. So, oh, interesting. 56% are on Haaland, 31% are on Salah. That's worryingly high. Oh, Salah, 31%. Yeah, he's probably going to be 100% EO, isn't he? Next game week. Yeah, it's going to be a nervy game week. I mean, it's going to be a big swing, whichever way it goes. Maybe they'll both do well. That's very possible as well. But, you know, if one does well and not the other, that could be a big swing. And by the way, I was saying earlier about how condensed the ranks are. This is how close they are at the moment. So 1 mil. Sorry, 5 points separates 2 mil and 1 mil. 3 points separates 1 mil and 500k. 2 points separates 500k and 300k. So yeah, the ranks are really condensed. This is from live FPL. So if you land on the right side of captaincy, let's say Salah's your captain and Haaland blanks, you're going straight up the ranks. Let's say Haaland's your captain, Salah blanks, probably not going up as much, but you'll still go up a fair bit. So could be a big swing game week depending on which side of the coin you land. So good luck to you all that. 6% are on Saka captain and 7% are on other. If you went other, by the way, let us know in the chat. Who did you vote for? 1,700 votes. Who's your other if you voted other? 7% on other. Yeah, I'm on Haaland myself. I feel like it has to be Haaland. Trent captain from Emil. Fair play. Archie's on Watkins. Rob's on Watkins. So's Arch. Utsav is on Diaz. So Hale with the super chat, thanks for that. He says, thanks for all the info always. Would you start a Kanji or Gabriel? Much love from, is that Australia or New Zealand? It's a really tiny emoji. Australia. Sorry if I caused any offence to New Zealand and Aussies there. Fair play for tuning in as well. It must be pretty late there. Or maybe not, depending on what part of Australia you're from. I would start Gabriel between those two. I'm expecting Gabriel to start. They're better on the clean sheet odds, so on that basis, Gabriel. And I would say Gabriel's probably got more goal threat as well. Turner captain. I'll believe it when I see it. Tag me in a tweet if Turner's your captain post deadline. Tag me in a tweet as well. Take a photo of wherever you're tuning in from around the world. I love to see wherever you guys are tuned in from. Take a photo of the stream itself and tag me on Twitter and I'll retweet it. Wissa or Pedro? Oh, that's a horrible one. Ideally, I wouldn't want to be benching either of those. If I had to pick one, I'd probably bench Wissa. Came off early last week. I think João Pedro basically got the 90, didn't he, or thereabouts? 87 minutes, yeah. He's on pens. Thanks for the super chat as well, Ganem. The match is on TV in Croatia. Yeah, not even on here. So hang on, so the next 4 Premier League games aren't even on TV. Piss take. Brian, thanks for the super chat, mate. He says, Martinelli to Maddison or Roll. My team is the Experts 11. Copying the Experts 11. Fair play. Respect the shameless honesty. Or maybe you arrived at that by coincidence. Either way, I would roll. I wouldn't be selling Martinelli. I would roll. I think Martinelli's fine to hold for a couple of weeks. You know, and they've got Fulham home in Gameweek 3. And then maybe you move him on after Gameweek 3. But I wouldn't be selling Martinelli for Maddison myself. Right, let's have a look at the scout selection for Game Week 2. Here is who they went for. They got our boy Turner in goal. Back 3, Chilwell, Estepinian and Henry. Midfield, Salah, Rashford, Martinelli, Maddison and Diaby. Haaland and Alvarez up top. How many players have you guys got from the scout selection? So I've got 1, 2, 3... just 6. 6 out of 11. Let me know in chat, how many of these scout selection have you got? 6 as well. Anyone got more than 6? 5, 4, 3, 6. No one's got 7. Oggie's got 7. Yeah, I like to use the scout selections because I don't know if they like sacked the old guy, but last season they actually started putting really good selections up and they actually started to score very respectfully. So I like to see who the scout are picking each week, their 11, because generally they do pretty good with their picks. But yeah, just 6 for me this week. Leanne's got 4, Claire's got 6, Michael's got 5. Foden or Rashford to start? I'll probably start Rashford between those two. Dolores has got 2. Dolores has gone differential. Zoo says, I captained Saka first game week over Haaland and scored 84 points. And this week I'm captaining Momo. Wish me luck. Love the channel. Yeah, good luck. I mean, I can't fault the Salah captaincy at all. If I had Salah, he'd be my captain, 100%. If you're not going to captain him home to Bournemouth, then when are you? As long as it's not a repeat of last season. Can I find that tweet now? The infamous 9-0 last season. I don't know if I'll be able to find it now. That game was so cursed. I still can't believe what happened then. Nah, can't find the tweet. But you all know what happened. 9-0 to Liverpool. And I think 9 or 10 Liverpool players got returned. And Salah wasn't one of them. But yeah, we're not going to see another 9-0. History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. But I'll be very surprised if Salah blanks against Bournemouth. He would 100% be my captain if I had him. Kingrave asks whether to sell Rashford or Bruno for Salah. I'd only consider it if I, for some reason, had 3.5, 4 mil in the bank. I know some of you do, so maybe that's an option, but would I do it? I'd only do it if I had the money in the bank to do it in one move. I wouldn't do it for a -4. I can understand doing it for free. What are you drinking tonight? I'm on the blackcurrant squash tonight. No Pepsi Max. Never heard back from Pepsi Max on sponsoring the channel, so I've sacked them off. I actually got a bit sick of it. I was drinking so much Pepsi Max that I just started to like go off it. I like Lucozade these days. What's your favourite soft drink? Or any drink? Alvarez or Pedro? Pedro. Watkins or Pedro? Watkins. Turner or Edison? Turner. Sprite? Water? Coke Zero? Wasn't there a study that recently that said sweeteners increase your chance of getting cancer or something? Not that I've stopped drinking them since that came out, but vodka. Iron Brew. Love Iron Brew. Yeah, Lucozade Sport. Oh, so good. Rubicon. I've got loads of Rubicons in the cupboard. I bought a crate of like 20 of them, and then after like 10 I was just sick of them. Aspartame, yeah, that was it. Oh yeah. Question for chat. What's your favourite takeaway? I'm going to get a takeaway after the stream, but I don't know what to get. What are the options? Chinese, Indian, pizza, and other? Sorry for the non-FPL question. We'll get back on track in a minute. Just let me know, like, what's your favourite takeaway? I might have to just get what chat votes for. Nando's. I might order it during the stream so it delivers like as soon as I finish. That'd be banging. I don't know if your stream's behind or your favourite takeaway is just a whiskey and coke. Haaland or Saka as captain? I've got both and I'm on Haaland. I think Saka's a good option, but I'm on Haaland myself. Daddy Focal. Saliba or Gabriel? I mean, if you're bringing one of them in, it has to be Saliba now. He's clearly more favoured. There's no reason to transfer in Gabriel now. If you got him, I think he's a hold. But if you're looking to bring one in, then it has to be Saliba. Fish and chips, yeah, maybe I should have included that. Alright, hold that thought. So last week, I asked you guys who's going to be the top scorer in Gameweek 1. Not one of you got it. Not a single one of you got it. It was Varane. So, we'll do it again this week. Who's going to be the top scorer in Gameweek 2? Get all your guesses in the chat. Top scorer Gameweek 2. Who's it going to be? Kenny's favourite is Vindaloo or korma. Oh, I love an Indian. I like a korma. Chicken korma. Oh, so good. Surely one of you gets it this week. No one guessed Varane. I mean, that is a pretty left field player to be the king of the game week. And obviously, if you guys are in the Discord server, we've got a channel called Kings of the Game Week as well. And if you guess correctly, then you get a golden username. So if you want to play, I'll chuck the Discord link in the chat. It's a really good server, to be fair. It's got like automated channels for like bonus points, top 10k stats. It's going to disappear in chat because all your guesses are coming in, isn't it? But that's the Discord. I think I missed a super chat. I'll come back to that in a second. I'll make sure I come back to that. I just want to see who you guys are guessing. Awani? Pinnock? You're just taking the piss with some of these guesses. Yeah, Salah, fair play. Kanate? McAllister? Wan-Bissaka? If Wan-Bissaka gets it after last week. Jackson, 15-pointer. Chilwell, Turner, Luis Diaz, Haaland, Jota. Yeah, a Liverpool player wouldn't surprise me at all. On the server, I guessed Darwin, but someone had guessed it before me, so I had to change it. It works differently on the server. You can't guess a player that's been guessed before. Dave, thanks for the super chat. He says, I'm really stuck on whether to swap Eze for Mbumo or just roll it. I would just roll it if it was me. Eze owners were really unlucky Gameweek 1. Really unlucky. I think he took the most shots in the league Gameweek 1. I'm actually going to use my website for this. Cheeky opportunity to plug the website. Here we go. This is the expected data widget on my website. By the way, new update just dropped. It's got a menu now. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. You see on the right hand side, there's a menu now. My website is just fpl.page. And we've got individual pages now for stuff. So you can like filter like this. So you can go like midfielders, current game. Obviously, it's only current game week at the moment. But yeah, Eze owners, 0.51 expected goals, 0.58 expected assists. So he was right up there, near the top in the league in Gameweek 1. So really unlucky not to get something. So I would give him another week if it was me. Maybe give him another couple of weeks. You know, that's the way it goes sometimes. A player can play well and just not get the returns. So yeah, if I had Eze, I would give him another chance. FPL.page if you want to check my website out. I'll talk more about it later because we've been working really hard on it, me and Andre, the developer, all week, and there's some really cool updates we've dropped, like dark mode. So I'll talk more about that in a bit. It's completely free, by the way. I'm literally bleeding money on the website. It's costing me like 50, 60 quid a month, but out of the love of the game, it's free. Anyway, what was the super chat I missed? Van Heck for Brighton. I would avoid Van Heck. He's a rotation risk. Webster could come back in. Connor says bench one of Vissa, Matoma, Gabriel and Saliba. Big up Focal, he says. I think I'd bench Gabriel out of those. I'm expecting Gabriel to start, but I think just bench Gabriel. For the peace of mind, Saliba's more nailed. Thomas says great content. Bench one, Jackson, Pedro and Mbumo, and why? Yeah, that's really close, that one. I would start Jackson. It's between Pedro and Mbumo. Oh, I think I'd bench Pedro, just about. There's nothing between them, but I just feel like we can't really trust Brighton. Like De Zerbi came out with this quote early about how he's going to change the system up a bit. I don't know whether that affects Pedro, but you know, Mbeumo's the main man, the talisman. Pedro, the points can come from different Brighton assets. They're both on pens, so you know they're even in that respect. But I think I'd reluctantly bench Pedro. Jackson was top in the league for big chances game week 1, and that was against Liverpool. So I think Jackson's an awesome pick. David says, can you please pull up the list of predicted points once again? He's between Watkins and Diaz for captaincy right now, so that's going to decide it. Yeah, of course. Predicted points from FPL Review are as follows. Oh, Johnny, thanks for becoming a member as well. I missed that. Yeah, thanks for the all the new members. If you guys want to become a member, it's a few quid. It supports the channel. And you get a little badge by your name in the chat, in the comments. There's a private channel on Discord for members. You just link your YouTube account in Discord settings and then it automatically appears. You get early access to videos, some goodies like that. But it supports the channel and lets me do this full time for you guys. So thanks to all the new members. Yeah, those are the projected points from FPL Review. So Salah way in front. Like, scary how far ahead he is. I'm nervous for that Bournemouth game. Sean says, welcome to all the new Focal members. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in Discord afterwards. I was going to watch the game, but yeah, as you guys said, it's not even on TV, so that's a bit annoying. I'll have to follow it on my phone. Yeah, Mings is a sell. Mings is injured long term, so Mings is an absolute sell. Colwell's a good replacement, same price. Henry, 4.5 mil as well. He was really good game week 1. Josh says his prediction is 1-0 to Bournemouth. Genuine predictions in chat. What's the Liverpool game going to be? Liverpool v Bournemouth. What do you reckon? I'm trying to remember what I submitted now. Then we've got a game on Discord where you guess the scores every week and then it automatically ranks you based on how accurate you are. I think I put 3 or 4-0 to Liverpool. Michael says Bruno out, Diaz in. I would keep hold of Bruno. I think this Tottenham game's... I think people are overlooking how good this fixture is. For both teams really, but for Man United, like Tottenham have been pretty ropey defensively in pre-season and again last game week. It's going to be nothing like the Wolves game. I think Wolves did pretty well to nullify Man United. But I don't think we're going to see anything like that. It could easily be like a 2-2, 3-3 sort of game. I'm expecting a pretty open match. So if I had Rashford or Bruno, I wouldn't be selling at all. I'm probably going to keep both for the next 2 minimum. Maybe sell in game week 4. Jesse has Edison, Gabriel, Bruno and Dina on the bench. Should I use the bench boost? Love from South Africa. Edison, Gabriel, Bruno and Dina on the bench. Did Dina start last week? Is Moreno out? I actually can't remember what the situation is there. Is Moreno injured at the moment? Let me check. Potential return 3rd of September. Ruled out. He had surgery on his hamstring. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 months. Okay. Perhaps back in August. Edison, Gabriel, Bruno and Dina. I would be very tempted to bench boost that. Yeah, I think I probably would. I think that's fine to bench boost that. Like, I was talking to FPL Mode Andy just before going live, and he was looking at Game Week 3. I don't know if I can find it now. His bench in Game Week 3 was like Turner, Chilwell, Colwill, and Osula. And I was saying he could just go literally Osula to Wissa and bench boost that. And that's pretty much the same strength bench as what you've got. I think that's fine to bench boost. I honestly do. Best takeaway. 34% pizza, 28% Chinese, 27% Indian, 11% other. Rumours are that Dina might be off to Saudi. But then who would play left back? Surely they wouldn't sell Dina if they've got no left back right now. Not even Mings, who's left footed, can play there because he's injured as well. John says, Oscar, has your name always been FPL Focal? It actually wasn't. For like 1 week, I was FPL bin. I don't know why. Like, in fact, I do know why. I was sitting in my bedroom, just looking around at stuff. I was like, FPL desk, FPL deodorant, FPL iPhone, FPL bin. I was like, oh, that works. I could do some kind of like videos about which players to go in the bin or something. So bad. I don't know what I was thinking. And then a week later, I realised that that's trash, pun intended. So then I changed it to fplfocal, which I think is a lot better. Zeus Reed, thanks for the super chat. He says, should I sell Mings now or wait? I feel better to wait. If you've got a defence that you're happy to start this week, then there's no reason to rush on that. No reason to rush at all. If I had Mings on my bench this week and I had that back 3, I wouldn't be selling Mings. I would just leave it and reassess in Gameweek 3. There's no reason to sell a player unless you're like down bad in defence. FPL TV, that exists though. They're a channel already. Short or Gabriel? Well, I've got both, and I've started Gabriel. FPL deodorant here. Oh, we've got FPL deodorant in the building. Right, quick look at the most transfer players. We've got an hour or so till the deadline. These are the most popular transfers this week. Chilwell first. 600,000 transfers in for Chilwell. Isak second. Isak in second before he plays City. That's surprising. Almost 500,000. Right, let me refresh the numbers. It might even be more. 499,000. Almost 1 million transfers in for Isak. I know he smashed it game week 1, but Saka, Rodrigo, 413,000. I mean, that's surprisingly high. But yeah, to be fair, like my girlfriend, she very loosely follows football, and she just made an FPL team for Gameweek 2. I was saying to her, like, don't forget to do your FPL team, because she wanted to try it, and then she made one for Gameweek 2 instead, and maybe it's like mostly newer players that are buying Rodri, because obviously she doesn't know who the best assets are, but she, you know, she'd look at it and be like, oh, he got like 13 points in Game Week 1 or whatever. I was like, no, don't buy him, he's a defensive mid. Oh, you can't read the names? My bad. Yeah, it's Chilwell, Isak, Saka, Rodrigo, Estepinian, Luis Diaz, Saliba. Does that, can I zoom out? Is that going to work? Doesn't look as good though, does it? This is from ffstuff.co.uk. Most sold then: De Bruyne, Stones, Mings, James, Timber, Gabriel, Kane. What? 250,000 people are selling Kane. Who are these people that had Kane in Game Week 1? Darwin, Eze, Rashford. I mean, the top ones are pretty understandable here. I mean, the top 4 are all injured. But yeah, some of these like Bruno, Rashford, maybe even Darwin has potential to backfire. You know, if Darwin starts, he could have a field day against Bournemouth. Hi Ollie, how we doing? Bro, can you suggest the best 4.5 mil mid and 4 mil defender to pick now? Chukwuemeka started in Game Week 1 for Chelsea, and they've got very good upcoming fixtures. I don't know if he's going to be nailed though. Like, if there's any Chelsea fans in the chat, let us know. Maybe Gallagher gets a start. It's not great, but it could be Gallagher, or maybe Enzo plays more advanced. Who else is there? Like Nakamba's the one that's going to play 90 every week. Not this week because Luton blank, but he's not going to get you any returns. That's the thing. He's like a 2 or 3 point ceiling player. Who else? Anderson smashed it in pre-season, but he's not going to be a starter for Newcastle. There's not many options. Is there anyone I'm forgetting? Let me check who played in Game Week 1. I don't know if Ahamada played for Crystal Palace. Who else played Game Week 1? No, there was none really. Game Week 1 was pretty dead for the 4.5 mil mids, which I think is why so many are on the midfield 5, because the 4.5 mil mids are just like non-options. In terms of 4 mil defenders, Gusto's a bit of a gamble, probably worth the gamble, because James is out for a few weeks, so you'll get him against West Ham, Luton, Forest, probably Bournemouth as well. But obviously he's not a long-term pick, Gusto, but I think he's probably the best right now. Baldock apparently is out for tonight's game, so I wouldn't go there unless you don't need to use him. Bayer, 4 mil from Burnley, I think he's good as well. Again, he blanks this game week, so he's no good for this week. RAF says, hi there again, Oscar. Hope you're well. I have both Salah and Haaland. He wants to go against the grain and captain Salah. Afraid he blanks though. What are your thoughts? Keep up the great work. If I had Salah, I would 100% be captaining him. Yeah, like Adrian says in the chat, no risk, no reward. If you've got Salah, you have to. Can you turn slow mode on? It is on. It's on 30 seconds. We just got a good turnout tonight on this stream. What were we talking about? I forgot my train of thought now. Yeah, Salah. Yeah, if I had Salah, I'd 100% captain him. I mean, let me pull up the projected points again from review. If you're not going to captain him when he's this clear on the projections, like when would you captain him? Durable Walker says W stream. Appreciate that. Thank you, Durable. RAF says, what's your day job? I worked in IT for 7 years. And then I started this channel like 2 years ago, like during lockdown, just to keep myself sane. And to my complete surprise, like the channel exploded. Not straight away, by the way. For weeks I was streaming to like 1 or 2 people. But yeah, then it just suddenly picked up steam. I got to 20,000 subscribers, and then like everything just like aligned perfectly. I hit rank 1 in FPL 2 seasons ago, and that just accelerated growth, obviously. Yeah, and then I got to the point where I could quit my job. So now I do FPL full time, which is crazy. I still have to pinch myself that I can do it full time. And don't get me wrong, it is a full-time job. It sounds like an absolute piss take. Like I was saying earlier, the lady who came around today to do a valuation of my apartment, she spotted the play button and she was like, oh, you have a YouTube channel. And I was like, trying to explain without sounding ridiculous that it's my full-time job doing YouTube. Virtual says, that's how you found me. I peaked then. I'm never going to come close to rank 1 again. Let's be honest, that was a lucky run. But you need luck to get to rank 1, whoever you are. So yeah, quickly, I have to mention the website because I've been working on this all year and it literally launched last game week. And it's completely free. And look at the stuff you get on here. I'll have to zoom out, I think, so you can see it. The URL is just fpl.page. I'll pin it in chat, actually. You get stuff like the bonus points, you get top 10k stats. Yeah, this is all live, so if you go on this now during the game, this is a little update we rolled out. It will show the live bonus during games, and it'll even show like the minute the game's in. Price changes here on the right hand side, top 10k stats, so you can view like effective ownership. Injuries, so it's filtered to all players by default, you could change that. Top 10 transfers, we looked at that just now to be fair, and it's just going to be the same data there. Disaster of a week, this one's really fun. It's not going to make any sense right now, but what this one does is this measures the lowest score in the top 10k. So as the season progresses, there's going to be some absolute FPL disasters in there. So if that's your thing, if you like other people's misery, then you might enjoy that one. And then there's the Players League, which is a good one. And we just launched dark mode. Look at that, boom. Dark mode as well. But yeah, the Players League, this one was a lot of work finding the ID. Some of these are from FPL bot, but these are Premier League players that play in FPL. Manuel Solomon started best, he got 82 points. Trippier, 81 points. There's a few players I chucked in that aren't actually in the Premier League right now. Chris Smalling, I found Chris Smalling the other day. He's in a mini league with his Roma teammates. James Justin, he's a very good FPL manager. He's got 1 or 2 top 10Ks. But yeah, there's loads there. Controversially, a lot of the Burnley players captained Haaland against them last game week. Make of that what you will. But also some of them owned Haaland and benched him. Trafford, Burnley's goalkeeper, refused to own Haaland completely. O'Shea, Burnley defender, had Haaland, but he stuck him last on his bench. Fair play for that as well. Take him on for the team. So, I've pinned that comment if you want to check it out. FPL.page. Completely free. I'm never going to charge anything for it. Out of pure love for the game. Losing money on it every month, like 50, 60 quid a month. But I'm really chuffed of it. It's been a lot of work. Months and months we've been working on that. Right. I think I missed a couple of super chats. Christian says, thoughts on going Baldock and 2 free pick next week. Baldock, I think, is out of tonight's game. There's a rumour that Baldock's out, so don't bring him in. And if you've got him, just bear in mind that he might not play at all. So, something to think about for Baldock. Amit says, I bought James before the injury news. Do you think a -4 to get Henry makes sense? Or should I just play Udogie? I'm worried about a price rise for Henry. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't take a -4 for Henry. I just don't see it as being worth it. Because then he has to keep a clean sheet. Or he has to get an assist and just concede once to break even. So, yeah, it's a numbers game. What are the chances? We looked at the clean sheet odds just now, actually. So let's pull that up again. So Brentford, 27% chance on the clean sheet odds. So would you bet 4 of your FPL points on a 27% chance of gaining on that? You wouldn't, would you? So I guess that's one way of thinking about it. I wouldn't do that. Gordon says, should I pick Diaz? I don't hate the Diaz pick at all. The problem I have is Liverpool are just unpredictable, aren't they? They've got Diaz, Darwin, Jota and Gakpo kind of all competing for 2, maybe 3 spots depending on how Klopp lines up. I don't hate the Diaz pick at all though. If any of you guys watched the experts video earlier, one of them brought in Diaz this week, so you know, it's not a bad transfer. I just prefer the ones I can trust to get good minutes, if you know what I mean. I think I'm caught up. Reese, thanks for the super chat as well. Reese Reed, thank you for that. Someone asked for the clean sheet odds. Yeah, we had those just now. Dark mode and fabulous mode. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to like match the red logo. So we did that. Happy with how that came out. And it's only going to get better. We've got more planned for it as well. So definitely bookmark it. My thinking was I want it to be like a single dashboard that's got everything on that you need in a game week. Besides some stuff like checking your live rank, because that's like such a monumental job. Cobb says, how you doing, Oscar? I'm very well. I'm doing good. I was just talking about the fixtures. Tonight I've only got Turner, but at least I've got someone to root for in tonight's game. But yeah, it's a pretty dead fixture tonight, isn't it? But I'm good, yeah. I hope you're well. Smeem says, should I start Rico Lewis or Rico Henry? He's got 2 Ricos. Rico Lewis or Rico Henry? I would start Henry between those 2. Just not sure if Lewis starts 100%. Probably does, given that Stones is out and Diaz is a doubt. But I think I'd start Henry. Henry was really good game week 1. Does Foden start? So Bernardo Silva I think's out. De Bruyne's out. I feel like he probably does. I think he does start. It could be. We could even see Alvarez in the De Bruyne role behind Haaland. Maybe Foden right wing. Maybe something like that. And Kovacic playing on the left next to Alvarez. Something like that. I think he probably starts. Yeah. Reg says, hey Oscar, going to the Liverpool game tomorrow. Hoping for a great performance from the Reds. Enjoy the game. He says, thoughts on Chilwell captain? I don't think I'd captain him. I think that's a bit much. Oh, Kenny, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. I almost missed that. Thank you so much to Kenny D for that. trying to find who those went to. Vikramjit got one, Andre, Miko, Mike, and M. Darawell. If anyone got gifted, make sure you thank Kenny for that. And thank you also to... Wait. Did M. Darawell get gifted one and then become a member? Thank you for that, M. Darawell, becoming a fplfocal elite member. I never even advertised that tier. That's the tier where you get access to a second channel on Discord where basically you can ask me any questions about your team any day throughout the month, throughout the season, and I'll give you tips on your team and advice on transfers and so on to make. But yeah, I used to do that, just included in like the first tier, but I ended up literally managing 70 teams. But a lot of people wanted me to keep it, so I had to just split it off as a tier. It wasn't even like about the money. I literally burnt out managing 70 teams when I launched that. So yeah, if anyone's interested in that, that's the second tier. Captain Luis Diaz or Haaland? I think it's got to be Haaland there. Got to be Haaland. Goal scorer odds then. Let's have a look at those. We haven't looked at those yet. They are as follows. It's pretty close. Haaland 50.5% chance. Salah 49%. Darwin's up there. The bookies odds obviously assume that the player starts, and that might not happen with Darwin. I think Mitrovic is out, if I'm not mistaken. So no Mitrovic. He's flagged here anyway. Looks good if you're a Watkins owner. And Nketiah might not start. Ferguson, we don't know. We'll have to see. Alvarez 32.5. There's a few rotation risks here, but Haaland's slightly ahead. But obviously Salah gets the extra points per goal and clean sheet point as well. So those are the goal scorer odds. Astelina says, I'm top 700k and I brought in Awani and Gibbs White. Those are two bold transfers. I mean, you're going to have probably more than anyone. More to cheer tonight than anyone, if that makes sense. Exciting game tonight. Big night for you of Awani and Gibbs White. Glat says, let's get the stream to 1k likes. What are we on? 719? Yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, hit like on it. I prepared lots of graphics and whatnot for these streams, so if you enjoy them, then hit like on it. If you don't enjoy it, hit dislike. That's okay as well. No problem either way. It's all good for the YouTube algorithm, whatever the engagement, likes or dislikes. Brought in a new Chelsea right back over Udogie. Thoughts? Is that Gusto? Yeah, Gusto's fine. I don't know if I would have sold Udogie. For me, he was always a pick from like Gameweek 3 onwards. I don't know when I'll actually use him. Maybe Gameweek 3, maybe against Burnley. Maybe Sheffield United, because Brighton are away to Man United that week. But yeah, that's fine. Gusto's a good pick. Is Saka a good shout for captaincy? I think he's good. Yeah, I think he's fine. If you've got Haaland, I think he's better. But yeah, Saka's a good pick. And I guess he'll be up against... Who's he be up against? Mitchell. Did I miss a super chat? Sorry. Chris says, start Alvarez or Mitoma. Pretty set on my other 10. Alvarez or Mitoma. Ooh. Mitoma, just about. Spriggsy says, Jota captain, too risky, right? Yeah, I'd say it's too risky. He's just not 100% to start. Like, there's a chance that Klopp starts Darwin and benches Jota. That's possible. So I wouldn't do it myself. I wouldn't captain Jota. Christian says, Stones needs to go. Long run thoughts. 0 in the bank. 0 in the bank. Long term. Can't afford Chilwell. Estepinian, probably a standout. Stones has dropped, so you can't get to Shaw either. I think Colwill probably makes the most sense. Colwill. Again, looking at Chelsea's fixture run. Luton, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth. West Ham, not the best fixture away as well. But I think Colwell probably is the best right now. Can't think of anyone else. You could just go to Saliba and stay on Arsenal. Benicio says, hey mate, I'm from South Africa. Mitoma to Mbumo. I would keep Mitoma if I had him. I'd give him another week. That's my plan. I'll probably end up giving him 2 weeks, to be honest with you. You know, in the end, it was a penalty that was the difference in Gameweek 1 with Mbumo. And obviously that's a factor to pick someone. There's about a 20% chance of a penalty being awarded in any given match. So 10% for someone on your team, I guess, for Mbumo. So not massive odds, but yeah, it is a factor, Pens. But I'll probably leave it another week. I feel like it's a bit sideways. Chaz Tats says, Foden, Alvarez, João Pedro, Saliba, which two to start? I would start Foden and João Pedro. Alvarez. So the thing about Alvarez, I don't know if I can find the tweet or not. Alvarez reportedly was going to start against Sevilla in the Super Cup. And then the medical team said, I've got the tweet here. Good old Ben Dinnery. Alvarez had a problem and he was in discomfort. Otherwise, he would have played in the Super Cup. He's becoming so important for us, and he only managed to play in Greece for 15-20 minutes, especially as he's an incredible penalty taker. So yeah, he was meant to start, but then he had a bit of discomfort, and as a result, he was benched instead. So I would probably bench him for that reason out of those combination of players. Thanks for the super chat, Mario, as well. Appreciate that. There's no message with that one. I'm sweating now. Hard work, these streams. How we doing, Hamid? Pau Torres or Gabriel? Pau Torres. Chris Johnson, thanks for becoming a member. Thank you for that, Chris Johnson. Appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Appreciate that very much. And thanks to can't read though. Official Smitty. The rest of it I can't even see. Thanks for the super chat. Or is that super sticker? Don't know what they're called. Endangered says, are you and Let's Talk FPL friends? Yeah, we don't talk loads, but we are friends. Yeah, we message once in a while. We talk. I've met him once before, and we had a really good night out together. Last year at the FCAs, which is the Football Content Awards. I was nominated for an award, and so was he. And we both won in the end, actually. It was a pretty messy night. It was like unlimited. You go completely free if you're nominated. So we were like, yeah, definitely. And they put like 50 beers on your table, and they just keep bringing them. Probably do it on purpose, to be honest, because let's try and get all the content creators drunk. But yeah, me and Andy are friends. We don't talk loads, like I say. I'm really close with Harry and Raptor. We talk every day, throughout the day. If you saw some of the messages in our group chat. Cobb, thank for the 1 month membership. He says, do you think Gabriel's mins are at risk due to Zinni? No, I think the opposite. I think actually the complete opposite. So let me try and find that predicted lineup for Arsenal again. It's actually good news that Zinchenko's back, and I'll tell you why. So last week it was Partey that inverted on the right side, and that was a problem for Gabriel. With Zinchenko in the team, he inverts from the left, so he pushes up and tucks in here. And that means the back three essentially is Gabriel, Saliba, White. We saw this loads last season, and Gabriel was completely nailed for that reason, because Arteta wants a left-footed centre-back on the left side of the back three when Zinchenko pushes up. So actually Zinchenko's return is good news, not bad news. I'm expecting Gabriel to start. Hopefully Zinchenko does. He played in a behind closed doors friendly on Wednesday, so seems like there's a chance that he'll be in the starting 11 for Monday's game. Could be Tomiyasu, we'll have to see. James Jackson says, I did Mitoma to Diaz, kind of regret it now. No, I think that's fine. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have made the transfer myself, but I don't mind that at all. Home to Bournemouth. It's the standout fixture this week. Mohit says, who to captain? Haaland's boring, Saka. If you want to go for someone who's just more of a fun pick, then yeah, it's got to be Saka. Unless you own Salah. John says, do a poll on who's the best content creator. There's too many, that's the problem. I can only put 4 on a poll. Who do you guys watch other than this channel? Who are you subscribed to? I massively appreciate, by the way, it goes without saying, that 2,500 of you have picked this stream to watch this deadline. Because you could have watched any stream and you've picked this one. So thank you for that. But yeah, there's loads of great channels, isn't there? Let's Talk FPL, Harry, Raptor, Mate. Who am I forgetting? FPL Tips. Yeah, Holly Shand. Fran is great. I've met Fran a few times. He's really cool. Official Smitty says, Mbumo or Saka for captain? I have Haaland. If I had Haaland, I would captain him. If you want to go one of Mbumo or Saka, then Saka. But I'm on Haaland as a Saka owner. Saka's my vice. Trent or Diaz captain? If I had to pick one of those, Trent captain. I think I'm caught up in Super Chat. Yeah. Right. Trying to read some of your messages. There's some interesting questions coming in tonight, I have to say. Thank you again, Chris Johnson, for becoming a member. Christian Horgan. And also B&E. Thank you to all of you for becoming members. B&E, Christian Horgan, and Chris Johnson. Appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Yeah, I wanted to see what you guys said in terms of other channels. Interesting to know if you watch any others or not, or just me. I think the way to do it is multiple, right? But I know some of you just watch me, so that's cool. I've lost it now. I've completely lost the chat. Yeah, Raptor's awesome. Yeah, Harry and Raptor are absolute legends. We talk literally every day. Focal rules. Thank you, David. Andy and Mate. Yeah. Yeah, Harry's on a crazy streak. A few top 10Ks in a row. Yelena's great. I met her for the first time. Were you there, John? We ran into each other outside. I read the message first before reading your name. It was so funny. I was on my way to the FPL meetup, or FPL Fest, last Friday. And I was looking at my phone like, where the hell, which way is it? And then I just said, Oscar, Focal, and then it was Yelena. So yeah, I met her for the first time then. She's really cool. Your videos are no fluff, have no fluff. So for purely information, you're the only channel I watch. I might watch a random video here and there, but can't be bothered a lot of the time. I mean, yeah, that's the trick. You have to make content that you would want to watch yourself. So some people like longer form content. For me, I really like short form content. I think my attention span is just pretty depleted. Is that the right word? Well, it's just very short, I guess. So I make short content because that's what I'd want to watch if I was watching FPL content. Nothing against the longer form content that others do, but every video I do, I literally write up everything I'm going to say beforehand. So I basically write like an article for every video. It's normally like 2,000 words. And then I just read off it. But the trade-off is it doesn't sound as natural because I'm not like just improvising like I am now. I could do like what I'm doing right now, just talk freely, but I feel like the videos would be twice as long. And then again, I wouldn't be making something that I would watch. So I guess the streams are good for that because I can just talk and ramble like this now. Your streams are so much better. Well, I found the one who likes the longer form content and the rambles and the improvisation. Yeah, I mean everyone's different with what they like. Oblivious says start Martinelli or Darwin. I'm leaning to Martinelli. Oh, that's a close one. The problem is, yeah, Liverpool home to Bournemouth. I would start Martinelli. I agree with that, just about. Martinelli, but you don't want to set yourself up to be in a position where you have a benching headache like that. So I guess that's also a takeaway. Try not to put yourself in a position where you're having to choose to start Martinelli against Palace or Darwin home to Bournemouth. Sorry, Michael. He says bench Pedro, Mitoma, Mbumo or Martinelli. Oh, that's a horrible one. I'd start Martinelli. I'd start Mbumo. So it's Pedro or Mitoma. Pedro's on pens. Mitoma, Pedro. Oh, that's a horrible one. I think I'd start Mitoma. Yeah, Mitoma, Mbumo, Martinelli. Yeah, that's a horrendous one. But that's what I would do. Right, how long we got? 25 minutes till deadline? 25 minutes. If you guys have enjoyed the stream so far, hit like on it. We've got 949, so we could pass 1,000 if, by my maths, 51 of you hit like. So, yeah, do that if you've enjoyed the stream, or dislike it. Someone asked about leaks. I'm just checking if there's anything. There's a predicted lineup, which is interesting for Liverpool. I'll pull that up in a chat in a sec. I don't think Curtis Jones is ruled out of tomorrow's game. Got the Man United squad to face Tottenham. It's all as expected. No surprises there. Early team news. Awani, Turner and Gibbs-White start for Nottingham Forest. This is the thing. Tonight's game's not... it's a bit of a dead game, so it's not very relevant for FPL. We might get something for tomorrow, but it's very unlikely. But yeah, you go. Awani, Turner and Gibbs-White. If anyone's playing draft and no one's got Awani, draft him in. Right, predicted Liverpool lineup. This is only predicted, but it's from the Anfield talk. Let's pull that up. So they've got Elliott starting in midfield, McAllister and Szoboszlai. Front three, Diaz, Gakpo and Salah. So they've predicted... who's missing here? No Jota and no Darwin. Obviously it's just a prediction, but yeah, I mean the rest is as expected. So Elliott comes into midfield, Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. That's not a leak, that's a prediction, just to re-emphasise that. Flandy says, what's for dinner? This is for you, Kieran. Oh yeah, I need to order my takeaway. What was the poll results? Indian. I've got one in my basket here. I'm going to go for peri peri. Request utensils. All right, I'll check that. No thanks. Press that. 15 to 35 minutes. Oh, what if they come during the stream? Oh well, it's too late. Place an order. Thanks for the super chat. Fantasy Football Chronic. Is that Chronic or Chronicle? It goes behind the sticker. I can't read it. I don't know why I'm trying to look above something that's on the screen. It says, hi Oscar, this is Abadi, a loyal subscriber. Just started doing YouTube content after being inspired by your work. I'd appreciate a shout out. Cheers. Absolutely. Good to see more people popping up and trying to do content, by the way. Because when I never in a million years thought people would care what I had to say about FPL or any content I would watch. So if anyone's thinking about it, definitely just jump in and give it a go. So check out Fantasy Football Chronic's channel. I'm going to leave a little note to check you out after the stream. But yeah, good luck with the channel. One thing I would say is try and do stuff that differentiates yourself, because it's such a saturated space, FPL, like increasingly every season. So if you can, try and think of something that's original but still a good value add or entertaining. I try to do that with my content. I've got a playlist literally on my channel called Special Videos, which is like completely original video ideas that no one's ever done before. So if you want to check that out, by the way. Did that work? No. Can you see it? Oh, you can't. Anyway, it's on my channel. You can see there's videos here, like the biggest score of all time, the greatest FPL manager, the all-time dream team, worst ever disasters, if 11-12 Messi was an FPL, recent one, the most controversial FPL Gameweek. Anyway, you get the point. Try and do some stuff to differentiate yourself if you're giving it a try. But yeah, if you're just starting out, I guess it's alright to just start slow and do what others are doing. Anyway, General Dan says Nunez or Mitoma. I think Mitoma. Just not sure on Darwin. Like, he was benched for their final 2 preseason games. He was benched in game week 1. So I think I'd give it to Mitoma. Sneeba says, remember me? I said I was going for Kepa. Surely you didn't go through with that. I hope not. But yeah, Sanchez, by the way, interesting one. I was saying earlier that Chelsea have said that they are looking to sign another keeper, but as backup for Sanchez, because Bettinelli's injured. So Sanchez, 4.5 mil, first choice goalkeeper. From game week 3, that fixture run. Yeah, Kepa's gone to Madrid, so hopefully I haven't got Kepa. But then again, I'm sure many do. As we saw, 254,000 managers have sold Kane heading into game week 2. What area of London do you live in? I won't give you the exact area, but I'm by Watford. So, northwest London. Watford are kind of like a second team. I don't go to see them often, but I do watch them. When they were in the Prem, I used to watch them every season when they were home to Arsenal, as an Arsenal fan. Gianni, thanks for the super chat as well. No message with that one, but thanks for that. Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan. Who do you guys support? Let me know in chat. Eze or Pedro? Pedro. Mitoma or Eze? Mitoma. How comes you've made no transfers? I don't need it really this week. My team looks alright at a glance. There's nothing that leaps out this week to do. So I don't, yeah, there's no transfers really that I can see a worth this week. And that was always the plan, by the way. The plan was always to roll in game week 2, take 2 transfers into game week 3. Vikramchit as well, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. There's no messages on these. Don't forget to leave a message unless you're just doing one to support the channel. So, oh, it was Fantasy Football Chronicles. I can see the full name now. Fantasy Football Chronicles. Yeah, when your super chat came up, there was like a balloon over your name, and it cut off like the last part of it. Captain Watkins better than Haaland. I don't think so. I mean, I'll pull up the projected points one more time. Obviously, these are never bang on, but they're FPL Review is the source here, and I would say they're the best in class for projections. They've got a whole blog post actually comparing themselves to others and how they've fared as the best over the last few seasons. I mean, it's pretty close, but they've got Haaland 0.5 EV over Watkins. Yeah, I think I would just go Haaland. It's a bit boring, but it just makes sense to me to go Haaland. I know he played 90 in the Super Cup, but it's not like he was running around crazy. Harry Palmer says, should I bench Foden or Alvarez? If I had to pick one of those, Alvarez. We were talking about him earlier. He was meant to start in the Super Cup, but he had some muscle discomfort. So he ended up being restricted to the bench. And the medical team basically said to Pep, only give Alvarez 10-15 minutes max. So that was why we saw him come on right at the end. And also because it looked like it was going to penalties, and it did. And he's good on pens. So based on that, just to be careful about the injury news, I imagine he's going to be fine, but I'd say Foden. Vignesh says, really love the content, mate. Thank you for that. Appreciate that, Vignesh. Thank you. Salah or Haaland captain? Salah. Turner or Onana? Turner. Captain poll. Yeah, let's do a final captain poll. We've got 15 minutes bang on till the deadline, so let's do a final captain poll. And if you vote other on the poll, then let us know who your other is. So we're going to go Salah, Haaland, Saka and other. Get your votes in. Just going to reply to a message real quick. Right, let's see. So if you voted other, let us know in the chat. Ross is going Trent captain. Nicolaus is going Rashford. Watkins. F's in the chat for CR Typhoon, who says he is sick right now. Get well soon. Hope you feel better soon. Hope you feel better by Gameweek 3. Foden or Ben White? Foden. Foden or Eze? Foden. Gabriel or Van Dijk? Van Dijk. And Mbumo captain. Someone literally said other in chat. When I said if you vote other in chat, let me know who your other is, and someone just put other. That's quite funny. Well, thanks for voting other and telling us also that you went for other. Thanks. David's gone other. Thanks, David. Who does other play for? I haven't heard of him. Is he essential? Oh, I think I know who other is. Look how quickly I've made this graphic. This is how fast I work behind the scenes. Other. Is that the one? He plays for Richmond. I've heard of him. He's essential. Yeah, Ben Other. Ben the Other. Yeah, he's essential. I think he plays with Abisanya and Jamie Tart. .5. I know, he's literally essential. He's out of position. He's a goalkeeper playing in striker. BR Other. Russell asks, start Gusto or Saliba. Also have Eze in the team. Saliba. I'd go Saliba. I think they're better on the clean sheet odds as well, if I'm not mistaken. Arsenal 45% chance. Chelsea 36. Yeah, I'd go Saliba. I concur. Lars is on Saka captain. Gabriel starting. I reckon Gabriel starts, yeah. I'm expecting Gabriel to be back in the team. Not just for tactical reasons, but man management. Like 73 starts in a row for Gabriel and then you just bench him in Game Week 1. But yeah, mainly for tactical reasons, I'm fully expecting him to start against Palace. And I'm muddled if that doesn't happen, unless he doesn't play at all. City clean sheet odds. I'll pull them up again. Again, also, I know quite a few of you have got Turner, so if you've got Turner as one of your keepers, then just compare Forest to your other keeper. Forest have got a 42% chance. So if your other keeper appears down on the rest of this list, then start Turner. If you've got Alisson, Ramsdale or Martinez, then start them. Otherwise, Turner. So City, the question, 39.5% chance. Arteta is just taken after his bald master. Any leaks? All we've had is that Awani, Gibbs, White and Turner start tonight. And there was a strong rumour that Baldock is out. Fulani says, can I have your number? I'll have to add a new tier for fplfocal members, the number tier where you get my number. You know what, actually? I'm in a group chat for FPL Meets and someone took my number and messaged me the other day. That is not okay. They sent me a WhatsApp. I'd never met them. I don't know how I feel like. Maybe I have to be more careful with this now. But I'm in a group chat with people that go to the FPL meetups, and yeah, someone just took my number and sent me a WhatsApp. I still replied. I was polite about it, but I feel like you shouldn't be just taking numbers and messaging like that. I don't know how I feel about my number being out there. Maybe I shouldn't have replied. Would you start cash over Gabriel? Yeah, I would. Oh, that was Flandy. Knew it. It was Flandy all along. Flandy. Lupo with a super chat asked, Darwin start. Well, we don't know. We have that predicted lineup. I don't know if I've still got that here somewhere. We've got that predicted lineup from Anfield Talk, and they didn't have Darwin in it, but no one knows. There's no way we get the Liverpool lineup this early, so it's really just a complete coin toss. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but they had Diaz, Gakpo, Salah front three. So, you know, all we've got to go on is that. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. It's completely unpredictable who Klopp starts in the front three. It's almost like trying to predict Pep, because Klopp's got Jota, Darwin, Diaz and Gakpo basically for two positions, and then Salah on the right. So it's so hard to predict, or impossible really. Rashford could be a big differential. Yeah, I'm actually really happy to have Rashford and Bruno. They were like the main disappointments in Gameweek 1 for me, both blanking. Saka, Martinelli, Matoma, Pedro, Haaland, all the rest of the attackers got a return. Just those two blanked. But I think Tottenham suits them way better. I think that's going to be a really good open game. So I'm more than happy to have Bruno and Rashford. I think we saw like a lot of people were selling Rashford and Bruno, but personally I think they're a hold for the next two. And then maybe Gameweek 4 when they got Arsenal. But I think they're fine for the next two. He's not a differential though. Was that the question? He's not a differential. 48.6%. What would you guys consider a differential? Like under 10%? Under 5%? I've always kind of thought of it as under 10% as a differential. I don't know if I even have any differentials in my team. Turner? No, he's 14.8. Not Gabriel. My team's actually pretty template, isn't it? Haaland? No, he's not. That's crazy. 90.8. Haaland should have been 15 mil, shouldn't he? Hello, Jay. How we doing? Haaland should have been 15 mil. That shows they just messed up the pricing completely. Because we're basically playing a 10-man game every week. If anything, I imagine you want Haaland to blank because his effective ownership is going to be so high that you actually lose rank. Because there's going to be people with triple captain in Haaland this week. So he's probably going to be like 210% effective ownership. No way 15 mil. 16 mil. That would have been a great price, because then you really have to think about whether you want to spend 16 mil on Haaland or 12.5 on Salah. I think I would have gone for Salah if Haaland was 16 mil. At 15 mil, probably still would have got him. What's the most you would pay for Haaland, realistically? Game sessions, Haaland injury would spice things up. It really would massively spice things up. Obviously, I wouldn't wish an injury on anyone, but that would really open the game up. Problem is, Kane's gone, so then Salah's basically the go-to, isn't he? He just downgraded Haaland and upgraded Salah. But I think a lot of people would be slow to make that move. So if you did that in 1 week, you'd be ahead of the curve. Probably only for a week. 17 mil. You'd pay 17 mil for him. I wouldn't go that high. There's no way. Finest says, are you bench boosting? Nah, I'm not bench boosting. My bench is pretty weak this week. I mean, game week 3 looks like a problem. I could bench boost game week 3. Probably won't. Technically, I could do Mubama to Vissa, And then bench boost, Vissa, Udogie, Shaw, and Turner. I mean, that's actually a pretty good bench. It's going to be tempting. I reckon we see a few bench boosts on the Expert Series next week. Maybe 1 or 2. Maybe not a few. 1 or 2. Right, 5 minutes till the deadline. So if you have enjoyed the stream so far, hit like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you all tuning in. 2,900 watching. Thank you all for making this stream. Good luck this game week as well. So Turner gang, make yourself known. Who's got Turner in tonight's game? That's about all we've got to cheer for. Captain poll results. Haaland 56%, Salah 32%. Oh, it's gone. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Saka 6% and 6% other. Yes, loads of Turner owners. Let's go. Come on, Turner. Honestly, Turner could write himself into FPL folklore in one fell swoop if he keeps a clean sheet tonight. Imagine Turner keeps a clean sheet, maybe a bit of bonus. I'd be legendary. Honestly, I'd look back at that and be like, Turner, what a legend. Oh no, my takeaway's on the way. It's going to be close if they get here before the deadline. Oh no. They're on the way. Alright, sorry. Let me double check I haven't missed any super chats. I always feel so bad when I do that. Akil asks, keep Trossard to have 2 free transfers next week or get the RB. Yeah, I'd keep Trossard. Give it 1 more week. I think you're going to be happy to have 2 transfers next week. You might end up getting to Gameweek 3. You've bought the RB and then you think, oh, I should have got this player instead. So I would leave it. Just keep Trossard. Start Gusto or Saliba. You also have Eze in the team. Start Saliba. And I'd start Eze as well. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Selling Stones for Chilwell this week, is that a good idea? Yes, definitely a good idea. Gianni, thanks for the super chat as well. Should I bench Foden or Alvarez? Alvarez. Boom. How long we got? 2-3 minutes? Knock knock. You can see them live on the map as well. Race against the clock. Good background music though for a tense end to the deadline stream. Sneeba says, did you buy enough takeaway for chat? I've got enough for everyone. Everyone come round. I was going to say we'll stick the game on, but it's not on TV. Maybe someone can load up a stream. Not me. That's illegal. I'll be following it on flash scores. Turner or Steele? Turner. Gabriel or Shaw? Gabriel. Shaw or Eze? Eze. No vegans invited. That's a bit harsh. I can't discriminate against vegans. My ex was a vegan. And yeah, I remember she did like a pasta meal with vegan cheese. Wasn't the best. But respect to vegans. Rakagumi says bench Mitoma, Watkins, Pedro or Richarlison. I'd definitely start Watkins. I'd start Mitoma, so it's Pedro or Richarlison. I think I'd bench Richarlison. Thanks for the 10 months, Novus Ordo Seclorum MCM LXXVI. Why your Turner has a blue shirt? Mine's a grey one. Don't know. I think yours hasn't updated. That's the latest kit. That's the correct kit for Forest. I think that must be the away one he's got there. I don't know. Has yours got blue kit? 1 minute till the deadline. Yeah, there's no leaks, nothing. No last minute news. As expected, I mean, tonight's game is Forest v Sheffield United. We know that Turner starts, Gibbs White starts, Elwani. Oscar says play Gusto or Bulldog. Gusto, you've got 1 minute, quick. You've got about 30 seconds. Gusto. I think Bulldog's out actually anyway, so you're fine. Right, if anyone's not a member of the fplfocal Discord, I'll quickly chuck the link in the chat. I'll be in there after the stream. I have to get my takeaway first. I think they're almost here. We've got over 12,000 members in the Discord, and there's loads of automated channels for stuff like bonus points, top 10k stats, and all those good things. Oh, I didn't tweet my team. Gameweek 2, rolled the transfer. Probably going to get some angry replies now, even though I've been live the whole time. What did you all do? What do you all do? What did you all do? Yeah. There you go. Send now. Right, that's the deadline. So enjoy the game tonight. Obviously, Turner's an absolute legend if he keeps a clean sheet. Otherwise, never mind. We'll have to see. Good luck, everyone. Enjoy the game week. Is there anyone live to raid, or do we just end the stream? FPL filters live. Who's live? Let's raid. Let's talk FPL. He needs the support. No, who's down here? Let's look further down. Fran. Yes, perfect. Let's go raid Fran. Everyone head over to FPL Fran's stream. Tell him Focal sent you. Enjoy the game week, everyone. I'll see you over at Fran's stream. Let's go send him some love. He's a really top lad, Fran. So let's go head over to his stream. Is that link right? Yeah. Nice. Everyone head over to Fran's stream. Send him some love. That's it. Enjoy the game. Good luck all. And I'll see you very soon for more FPL content and live streams. Focal out.